Crimson Desert on an iPhone doesn't seem realistic, but it is actually possible. Pearl Abyss's huge fantasy action adventure has no real native iPhone or iPad version to lean on, and there are no valid emulation options, so cloud gaming is the realistic way to make this work on Apple devices. In this video, I'll show you the route I'd start with, then focus on what Crimson Desert should feel like through Boosteroid, and the settings that matter most if you want a cleaner image and less annoying delay. Boosteroid is the first and simplest option. It's a bring-your-own-games cloud service. You own the game on any of the stores where it's available, and Boosteroid runs it on their machines and streams it to your device. To start playing, you just create an account or sign up with Google, pick a subscription plan, and search for the game. Then you just click play for the version of the game that you own, enter your store logins, and you're in camp. If you want tap and play and nothing else, Boosteroid is where I'd start. On Boosteroid, Crimson Desert should look pretty impressive on an iPhone or iPad, but this is also the kind of game that exposes every weakness in a cloud stream. The world is packed with dense detail, lighting effects, weather, fast camera movement, and messy fights, so the image can look great one moment and then start breaking up in grass, fog, or darker scenes the next. The bigger concern is latency, and based on the combat design and the early coverage, I'd say the game's pretty sensitive to a laggier connection. Crimson Desert leans on dodges, counters, parries, lock-on, and fast melee strings, so cloud delay should be much more noticeable here than in something slower and more deliberate. Exploration and regular travel should feel fine, but tougher fights are where you'll notice lag the most. Now here are some sensible tweaks for the best experience. Start with 1080p at 60 frames per second, and if AV1 is available on your device, turn it on in your Boosteroid account. On iPhone and iPad, that means using Safari or a dedicated browser like Cloud Gear. Also make sure your Wi-Fi is strong, preferably on 5G, and kill any background downloads before you play. Inside the game, the clearest first move is turning motion blur off. After that, avoid aggressive upscaling, and if the image still looks noisy, backlighting down slightly instead of maxing it out. Then on controller, make only small dead zone reductions, a small sensitivity bump, and lean on lock-on in tougher fights, because that usually does the best job of hiding cloud delay without making the camera feel weird. Now here are some alternative cloud solutions that also support this game. GeForce Now is very similar to Boosteroid. It's the most popular cloud service and tends to be a bit more consistent than Boosteroid. However, that slightly more premium feel comes at a cost. GFN plans are significantly pricier than comparable Boosteroid offerings, and also many AAA titles seem to be missing from GFN's library that can be played in Boosteroid. Xbox Cloud Gaming is a catalog service. You stream what's in Microsoft's cloud library instead of logging into Steam. On iOS, it's typically used through a browser, and full access generally requires Game Pass. The main minus of xCloud is its region availability. This is one of the more region-dependent services, so if you aren't in a select few countries, you just won't have access to it. Shadow PC is the next step up, a full Windows desktop in the cloud you can open from an iPhone or iPad. You install your launchers and the game like you are on a normal PC, then stream the desktop back. It's very flexible and works for lots of games and apps, but it costs more than Boosteroid and you have to look after that virtual Windows box. AirGPU is similar but pay per hour instead of a flat sub. You rent a virtual gaming PC, install the game, and connect from iOS with a client like Moonlight. Great if you only play occasionally, but if you play a lot, the hourly and storage costs add up fast. Ultimately, our main choice for this game remains Boosteroid. Whichever cloud route you choose, playing PC games with touch controls is mostly misery. We strongly recommend using a controller, and there's no shortage of controllers to use with an iPhone. My recommendation is getting a telescopic controller like a Backbone one or a Razer Kishi that turns your phone into a handheld, but you can also go with a full-size Bluetooth controller, especially if you want to AirPlay your phone's screen onto your TV. A quick side note here, if you do go for a telescopic controller, pay attention to compatibility. For iPhone 15 or newer, use USB-C controllers that explicitly list iPhone support. On iPhone 14 or older, you need Lightning models like Backbone 1 Lightning or Razer Kishi V2. Also avoid older Android-only USB-C grips. They may plug in, but many simply don't work properly with iOS. Now for the TV streaming option, if you'd rather play on a big screen, you can mirror your device with AirPlay to an AirPlay-compatible TV. For the lowest lag, plug your iPhone or iPad directly into the TV with a USB-C or Lightning to HDMI adapter and use your controller as normal. So on iOS, playing this game basically comes down to picking a cloud service that fits your budget and patience level, pairing a decent controller, and making sure your Wi-Fi is solid. And if you also have a Mac and want to play the game there too, check out the video that will now appear on your screen to view the options available there. Also, if you want to support our channel and want us to keep making these and other gaming videos for Apple users, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us greatly.